Mike Eulitz. I don't want to short sell you, but I'm going to say Director of Public Works. Is that your title? What's your title, Mike?
Well, you'd be giving me a raise, Kevin, and I appreciate that. But my title is Public Assets Supervisor. So it's great to be on. Thank you.
I love it. All right. Obviously, this storm came through here yesterday. Describe in your driving around, as far as, compared to maybe incidents in the past and everybody, describe the damage. Widespread, bad, average? How do you describe it?
Yeah, Kevin, the first takeaway I want to take from all of this is that, from what I can tell, everybody's okay.
Yeah.
Shingles can be replaced, trees can be replaced, all that good stuff. From driving around, I'll tell you this a lot more widespread damage than we had back in May when we had the other, well, I'm going to call it a tornado. And it's just a lot of damage everywhere. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some areas where there's just minor damage, but it's everywhere. It isn't in one nice little location where we can just sit and concentrate and sit there for a week or two.
Mike, with something like this, the equipment that you guys use, I was out right away about an hour after the storm rolled through by about 4:30, and I noticed your guys were already out there on the streets with, I'm going to say like bulldozers pushing trees off of Essington and areas like that. Had you guys have to stage that equipment for a storm like this? Are you begin preparing because we knew the high winds were coming, or is that equipment always ready to roll?
Both, actually. We do have the equipment on stock here, and we are ready to go. We knew it was coming. We had plenty of warning in the morning ahead of time what was going on. We were in consultation with the National Weather Service as well. So we were ready to go, and our first priority when something like this comes through is clear the roads. So we want to get everything off the road, and we're going to come back later and pick everything up. And by later, that is today.
So let's talk about this, the cleanup.
Sure.
If residents in Joliet, let's say they've got a tree down in their yard or that goes into the road, will you guys come by with a chipper or anything? What do they need to do with that debris?
So we're going to get everything that is in the parkway. So we're coming by and we're going to go street by street and we're going to pick up everything in the parkway. Mainly we concentrate on parkway trees, of course, so which we will. People that have maybe backyard damage trees, that kind of thing, we'd really kind of hoping that they kind of cut those up and have waste management take that away.
Right.
Would be a great help to us. It would shorten our time in cleaning up the city as well. So that's kind of what we're hoping for.
Mike, this is a lot of, just looking at the lumber and the wood and the chipper stuff that you guys are going to do. What do you guys end up doing with all, I'm going to call it mulch, what do you guys end up doing with all that?
So a lot of the stuff that, like with the chippers, like you said, that we will mulch, we keep it in our yard and we put it out front. And anyone who wants to come by and get mulch is free to do so. So we're going to have plenty of mulch after this storm is over. A lot of stuff we just pick up and throw in the back of a truck, and we bring it over here and we stack it in our yard, and we'll go through that eventually. But right now, our emphasis is obviously we got many roads. There's still one or two roads out there that we just haven't been able to clear yet because there's tangled with wires, and we're working with ComEd and that kind of stuff. But we'll get through it. We'll get this all done.
Let's talk traffic lights right now. Throughout Joliet, I assume you still have some signals that are not working or are flashing. Do you know how many lights right now throughout the city are inoperable?
I don't have an exact number. I know it's hit or miss on a lot of the streets. For example, some lights on Essington are working, some lights are not working, some are on flash. So where there's no power altogether, we just need to be careful, especially when we get down to the nighttime.
Yeah.
Essington, Caton Farm, all those main routes that people are used to just flying through. We got to be careful of some of those side streets where there's a traffic signal that is out. So I just want to preach that to all your listeners.
Were you guys were out there so immediately after that. Did your crews out there, did they work most of the night, and have they been working pretty much nonstop for the last 18, 24 hours here?
Yeah, we were out till the wee hours of the morning, and then maybe got a couple hours of sack time, and then we're back at it at 7. We're going to be doing 12-hour shifts from here on out, Kevin. So we want to try and knock this out as soon as possible. So we'll be going 7 to 7.
We're speaking with Mike Eulitz from Joliet Public Works Department about the damage throughout Joliet, the lights, and just exactly. Mike, have you spoken with ComEd, or what's the latest information you got? I've heard that there's a possibility that some power outages throughout the Joliet Crest Hill area may go all the way till the weekend. Have you heard anything like that?
Yes, we have been in contact with ComEd as well, because we have some city facilities that are out of power that we really need to get back online, and they're doing their best to get those back up. But I will say this, they are notifying people that you will get your power back on Saturday at 3 o'clock. And I've noticed that they're telling everybody that.
So you think
Now,
that might be the good plan for the worst, and they're maybe going to deliver better.
let me tell you this. I know for a fact that there are people who have gotten their power back on yet today. So
Okay.
it's a good news thing. So if you've been told Saturday at 3 o'clock, that's let's say that's the worst case scenario. Let's hope for the best, and you might be back on power in time for the Hawks game tonight.
Oh boy, I didn't think about that. I'm worried about people's refrigerators and freezers, but we got sports on tonight. Let's head back to the trees in the parkway and the debris. I didn't follow up on that. I want to clarify something. Do people need to call for those to be, or are you guys just going to, anything that's in the parkway that's damaged, you guys will take care of?
Yeah, we're going to go street from street. We've had quite a few calls, Kevin. We probably had close to 400 or 500 calls within the last 24 hours. So not to mention the fact that we've been out, so we've seen all the damage. You can still feel free to call. I'm not telling you can't. But we know where everything is. We're going to go street by street, and we're going to pick up everything that's there in that parkway. So hopefully within a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, we'll be back to normal.
Now, this might not be your purview, but come the spring, all those trees that are down, will the city replace those, or do the homeowners need to replace those that are in the parkways?
Everything in the parkway we will replace, and it is my purview. Thanks for asking.
Absolutely.
We have we also have a tree replacement program. It's a 10-year program we've been going through. This all started back when we had the ash borer disease.
Yeah.
And we took a lot of ash trees down. So, yeah, we will, and obviously people can call in for that and get on that list as well. We do about, probably 1,000 trees a year we plant in the spring and the fall. So,
It's something that this is a storm that, I mean, it was just crazy how that came through there so fast. And again, the damage that it did widespread. But for the most part, I know that there were some shingles and everything. Did you notice any buildings or homes that look like they're not livable for a time period? Have you guys seen any of that out there at all?
I have not.
Yeah,
No,
so
I'm not.
we got, knock on wood, we got lucky with that. So, Mike,
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to share the information with everybody, and tell all the guys and ladies that work in your department, thanks so much for the hard work they're doing, and I'll let you get back to it, and we will talk again soon. Thanks, Mike.
Will do. Thanks, Kevin, for the opportunity.
You bet. It's 1340 WJOL. Well, that's Mike Eulitz with the Joliet Public Works. Again,